a way of living that binds women to land, ancestors and community. In such a world, health is not the absence of disease, but the presence of balance, memory and connection. These theories help us as outsiders articulate the rich complexity of Bhaiya's healing, but they are only partial. The story tells us something more intuitive and more alive.
To understand Bhariya healing, we must also understand how they view the land, spirits, and their place in the cosmos. The Bhariya people reside in the Pagalpur, surrounded by hills, valleys, and dense forests. Their worldview is deeply interwoven with the landscape they inhabit. For them, the natural world is not merely a backdrop to human life. It is an active, animate presence filled with spirits, ancestral forces, and sacred elements. Their cosmology is holistic, integrated humans, non-humans, spirits, and the land into a shared moral and spiritual ecology. At the center of Bhariya village is a Badadev, the village and household guardian spirit. Badadev is usually represented by a curved wooden figure, stone kept under the secret sada tree that is turning near the sun. This deity is not distant god, but a protector who must be ritually honored for the well-being of both the household and the broader community. Offering of grains, flowers, and sometimes even a cow are made to ensure his continued guardianship. Worshipping Badadev is not a private optional act, it is a communal responsibility tied to collective harmony and security. Muthadev. It is believed that this deity protects the entire village. With its presence, disputes are resolved, and the disease of animals and birds are cured. Upon recovery or the fulfillment of a wish, offerings such as sweets, dates, coconuts, etc. in the village. Another vital part of Bhariya worldview is their relationship with ancestral spirits. When a family member dies, the community performs a set of rituals to ensure the peaceful transition of the soul. Among the most significant is the Deva. The ritual aims to invite the departed soul into a lineage of ancestors while also protecting it. So it does not become a wandering or vengeful spirit. The belief is that an unhonored or forgotten ancestor can disrupt family health, crop cycle, or even fertility. The Bhariya also acknowledge the presence of malevolent spirits and the evil eye nazar, which can cause illness, misfortune, or mental distress. These are not seen as irrational beliefs, but as lived realities embodied in Bhariya cosmology and understood as real experiential truths. When someone falls ill, especially if symptoms appear suddenly or without a biomedical explanation, the cause is often traced to a spiritual imbalance. This imbalance may be due to disrespect of the spirit, a break in ritual practices, or even a trespass on sacred land. Thus, illness is never purely biological. It is a relational disturbance between humans and spirits, humans and ancestors, or humans and their environment. Healing then must restore these disrupted relationships. Whether it involves offering to Badadev, ritual baths, or the intercession of Bhunga, the traditional healer, the process is inherently communal, spiritual, and ecological. It requires not only plants and prayers, but also songs, stories, trees, and time. The Bhariya worldview challenges dominant biomedical paradigms by showing us that health is not merely an individual state of the body, but a reflection of moral, environmental, and spiritual balance. In this sense, healing becomes a process of realignment between the spiritual, between the living and the dead, the human and the non-human, and the sacred and everyday. This cosmological wave of spirit, land, and lineage also informs how the Bhariya understand the response to illness. Within the Bhariya community, the Bhunka occupies a position of deep respect and authority. More than a healer in the biomedical sense, the Bhunka is a mediator between the visible and invisible worlds, a spiritual diagnostician and a custodian of ancestral and ecological knowledge. His role goes far beyond treating symptoms. It is about restoring moral and cosmological balance in time of illness, death, misfortune, or spiritual unrest.
कौन सा भाषा है?
मरियाठी बोली।
बता रही मराठी बोल लेते हैं, हम बोलते हैं मरियाठी।
अच्छा, ये आपकी चकमक है?
हाँ।
He is using the traditional way to ignite the fire.
तम्बाकू कहाँ से लाते हैं आप? भरते हैं?
The something induced through drumming, chanting, or ritual smoking. In this altered state, the healer may become possessed by a spirit who communicate the root cause of afflictions. Alternatively, divinatory techniques such as observing the movement of smoke, the shape of grain, or even the sound of cracked keys may reveal the spiritual nature of the disease. A well-known ritual for the ever-alive nazar. When someone is believed to be afflicted, the Bhukka take red chilies and mustard seed circling them over the person's body while chanting protective mantras. These are then burned in the fire. If they produce loud crackling noises or a cloud of dark smoke, the diagnosis of the evil eye is confirmed. We have a video of
चल बैठ कन्या चौकड़ी होना चाहिए महाराज से सुंदर की सवाल होना चाहिए मास को मैं ऐसी बात ना है देखता को आवाज ठंडी कर सो जैसी तब खट्टा मीठा के मीठा के सो तुम महाराज से या देखा तुम महाराज से या तुमको आज महाराज देख आज गंगा नहावतो महाराज आज कन्या हाथ के दिखा महाराज शक्ति माता की पूजा देख महाराज जय गुरु महाराज से याद देखा महादेव गुरु महाराज से याद देखा जय जयंती वाला गुरु महाराज से सब आज जैसे गंगा जी चौकी होना से जैसे महाराज से आज काल के जिंदगी सोंग के साथ माता के प्रसाद पसंद महाराज जी का या महाराज या कन्या चौकी होना चाहिए और चौकी होना चाहिए आज महाराज कहाँ को महाराज से कोई समय में कहाँ को जो भी पूजा दे हूँ महाराज आज कहाँ को लिए आज वहाँ को वो अच्छी जमीन जिसकी हो उसी जो दुनिया चलता आज तक छुट्टी कर दो मैं तत्काल या तुम देखा वरना से कौन जो आशा को नहीं इतना निजाम हाथ का चला का काम है ना निजाम